you can probably tell by the title of the video you're watching, this is us watching back our fight from the other night at the KSI versus Joe Weller boxing match. So we were the second fight of the night. We didn't get to see the first fight, but we did get to see the ones that were after. And we haven't had a chance to watch back our own fights yet. This is going to be our chance to look through and just see how we did. Because I know that I'm kind of happy, but I'm kind of not. But we'll go into all of that. So for both of us, this fight is a complete like blur. We're in the ring for I think about 9 minutes in total. Yeah. But that is the longest 9 minutes ever. But also it went by like that. So we haven't actually mentioned who won the fight. And a lot of people will know who won. Jake will know who won as well because it wasn't him. Your boy pulled out the win. Those that had my back, they picked the right twin. But you're going to see what happened. And we're going to have to see if we agree with the decision. So before we go into this, people need to understand we are not boxers. We are not even amateur boxers. We have literally been boxing for maybe...
We are white-collar boxers. White collar.
3 months, maybe 4 months is pushing it on the amount of training we've had. But no training prepares you for this. Like, this was completely insane. I actually tweeted yesterday and said that you forget everything that you've learned the second you step into that ring. There's no way you remember every way to block, every way to, you know, approach your opponent. You just forget. It's every man for himself in that ring, and you just have to do what you got to do. So there is one thing we should point out to you. Some of you who may be into boxing may already know this, but the announcer guy at the event, he picked up on this as well and shared it with the audience. But I'm actually left-handed and Liam is right-handed.
So I'm an orthodox boxer. Jake is unorthodox or southpaw, which means it's a righty versus a lefty. And this is what the announcer actually said, and he kind of explains why our fight was quite tricky, as he says.
Wow, okay. So one was a southpaw, they didn't mention that at all. Maybe it was a pro-craze documentary.
Tricky when you're facing somebody who's the opposite to you in the way of being left or right, because the referee, I can just demonstrate, I was a lefty. Watch what happens. The jab keeps hitting the jab all the time. So you have to try and come round your man to catch him. So it's like looking in the mirror. But I think both boxers did so well at facing an opponent who was also really is like opposite to them from the point of view of being left or right-handed respectively.
So to quickly demonstrate what we mean, this is how kind of a normal boxing stance would be. We're quite close. This is my jab. I can get a hook round here while kind of blocking myself. Whereas in mine and Jake's boxing match, we're both jabbing on the same side of each other, which adds this extra distance.
Even now, we're not even as close as we would be in this fight.
This is extra distance that isn't there normally, and we're both having to try and hook round. And if we go back to normal, you'll see we can be a lot closer with our jabs, with our hooks. And that's just a very quick explanation. You can see the extra distance if we're stretched out. And we're not mirroring each other.
The jab is obviously the most common punch that you do in a boxing fight, but if we're both jabbing the same side, like a lot of the time you'll see it in this, but we're just jabbing each other's jab. We're just hitting each other's arms because we just can't get around. Like, that's why we're doing it. So before we quickly get into the fight, the walk-in was an insane experience on its own. The whole crowd looking at you, 8,000 people in that arena.
We got to pick our songs, so it was a track that we wanted to be on at that moment when we entered the arena. And I think we picked some decent ones. You're about to see them. So the commentators for the fight were the True Geordie and Lawrence. Now, I've got nothing against either of them, but I do feel that their commentary was a bit harsh in places. They are there commentating a sporting event, but they've also got to make it funny and add a bit of comedy. So some of the comments are a little bit unnecessary. And they are saying that, you know, are we not punching each other hard enough and stuff like that. So there are little bits in there where we are hitting each other. We are actually boxing each other. But I feel like that some of the comments just were a bit unnecessary.
There was one which I pointed out to Liam. As soon as I entered the ring, they were like, I like this guy's shorts. But then later on, they're like, why is he wearing swimming shorts? Like, they're just contradicting themselves, trying to add comedy. But it's a bit unnecessary and sometimes it just doesn't make any sense.
So I'm in the black and the white, Jake's in the red, touch gloves, and away we go. As you can see, both light on our feet at the moment.
Landing a few punches already. But we're both testing the waters. This is where we're trying to understand the other person's game plan, how they're fighting, their defense,
getting used to the ring, just little things like that we have to get used to.
But you also have to show your dominance straight away. You got to show some aggression.
Oh, lovely left hook by Jake there.
But it doesn't look like sometimes when you see an impact, it doesn't look like it hurts, but it's actually
like that. I got two nice hits on you there.
That hurts, and it does knock you. Like it makes you you don't really know what's going on.
You got me square in the face there as well. There is a little bit of lag on here for some reason as well, but I don't think it's too bad.
Lighter on his feet, but swinging.
But it's also worth keeping an eye on the crowd as well. The crowd reacting would be getting kind of the...
You got Calux, you got Alfie, Pointless Blog. Who else have you got? Ollie White, Josh Peters.
You got Raka in here somewhere a bit later on as well. They're seeing the punches and hearing the punches. You can hear the contact when you're there, and their reactions say it all as well. That was a nice sick combo. That is one of the highlights. I'm pretty sure that they kept replaying. Nice 3 clean shots on him.
But you can instantly, like we said earlier about us jabbing the same side, you will notice it in this fight. We jab, look, we're jabbing at the same time. We're both just hitting each other's gloves and just connecting the jabs.
One thing I have noticed though is Jake is often on the back foot in this round. It's me aggressively moving into him and he seems to be the one moving back.
I think it was just getting used to it. It was such an unreal experience you just can't prepare for.
And round 1 is over already. That was 2 minutes gone like a flash. Oh, here we go. Slow-mo, body shot, and then a 3-hit combo. That won me that first round, I think. That clean combo.
That was probably the best hits of that round. Let me just say, this ref was a really nice guy as well. He was really cool. He knew we were all amateurs.
He gave Jake a cheeky spank at the end of the fight
He did,
as well.
for some reason. I'm not sure
why. So here
why.
we go. This is intense.
This is it. We got into our groove here. Second round, we were both like all guns blazing at this point.
Flurries of hits going out. We got through the first round. We're finding our groove. And now we're getting into the swing of things.
And we know this is the round that matters as well. And I think I'm at this point on the back foot, so I have to step my game up.
So as you see, we're trying to get round each other. I'm going to the left, Jake's going to the right.
A lot of movement.
That was a good combo
there.
That was a good combo. It was a double jab and a couple of hooks. A couple of hooks and a couple of jabs in there. I think Jake tries to answer back.
Get a few hits in there.
So again, you can see we're trying to get round each other. A couple of good hits. Let him adjust his head guard.
Adjust the headgear. You let him do that though. Liam, give him a second. Give his brother a second.
And then Liam came straight back at him.
Oh, another good hit. Another good hit.
There's a certain style they're employing here. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's unorthodox, that's for sure.
You can keep just seeing us. We're both going for the same hits because we have to both go at the same side. And it looks very symmetrical at times.
I'm so proud of him.
He's doing great.
He's doing great. You are doing great. Just keep going.
At this point, we're just getting hits on each other. Like, it's just non-stop, just exchanging hits.
Tries to get him into the corner. Heads rocked, but they are still standing.
They're certainly both taking huge gasps.
So the reason I'm taking deep breaths is because my corner guys were like, breathe, just breathe, because this is the only chance I'm going to get to be able to just refill myself with air and be able to just sit there and just openly breathe.
Oh, what? Is this me getting slapped up?
Eminem, of course.
It's just awkward, isn't it? It's not.
Oh, that's
normal.
like three
there.
hits.
That was a lot.
That was
of
like a
hits.
four hits there.
Chin in the
Yeah, some of you may notice our gloves were very similar. Mine were red and Liam's were white. Venom, which is a boxing brand, actually sent us those to use, and they were a sick design. And I'm wearing the matching shorts as well.
I noticed Jake's corner guy was putting Vaseline on his
He was taking
cheeks.
it seriously.
I was there like, okay, this guy's come out to play.
All right, this is the final round.
So we know this is the final round. This is it. This will decide the fight. If one of us gets knocked down,
We've made it this
round,
far. We've made it this far. We may as well go as far out as we can. Again,
and I come out all guns blazing there, just as many hits as I can.
See, the thing is, we're always trying to get over each other. You
Yeah.
notice if like one of us hooks, the other one's coming up. It looks like arms are just swinging about, but it's because we're constantly going over and over.
Left, right, left.
It's like watching Heathrow Airport.
Liam goes for a big right hook, misses.
And because you lead with the jab, we're leading from the same side. Those are some good hits there as well.
Couple of nice ones.
Just so you guys know, we're sitting right ringside here. We've got a great view of both these brothers as Jake has yet another swipe.
Yeah.
Now
Liam
Liam
Couple of
seems
hits
to
there.
have this.
I had to
Dropped
push
his
you off
guard.
me.
Dropped
I
his
had to-
guard and looked at the ref there
We
for a
are
second.
gassed out at this point. Like it is a struggle to keep your hands
You don't
up.
want to drop your hands
Are
in
they
boxing, do you?
talking? I think they might be
I think
talking.
they are. Is this wrestling or is
They're
this
having
boxing?
Okay, so at this point, I looked at Liam and noticed.
So if you heard there, the commentator said, "Are they talking? Is this wrestling, not boxing?"
Liam's gum shield was like out of his teeth. So if you don't know, your gum shield is meant to stay at the roof of your mouth. But Liam's at this point, I could see had dropped. So I just literally reminded him.
All you
that
went
his gum
is
shield.
you just went gum shield.
Yeah,
One
that's
word.
all I said. I
One
said
word.
gum shield
All he said was gum shield, and I just went, "Oh."
to make him.
It didn't stop the fight. We didn't like arms down or anything.
Yeah.
He literally, as he was coming into me, just went gum shield.
So I didn't want to knock a tooth out or something.
Yeah, so again, it didn't stop the fight. We weren't having a conversation here. He literally just told me gum shield, and I sorted it out while we were still fighting. So again, little things like that just didn't make sense, but whatever.
Yep,
So look here, we're just both trying to jab each other.
to put the leg over.
And we're so out of energy at this point. Final minute of the fight.
Problems.
Trying to get those last few hits.
Jake.
And it is very messy. Like watching this back, it is so sloppy.
Couple of good hits
So
there.
yeah, oh, I'm
See, look-
destroyed. I'm destroyed.
Look at that,
this
he's
point.
rocking, he's stumbling. He's stumbling.
I don't know how I'm still standing.
Can
at
we
this point.
also point out, this is what I mean when I say to watch what the crowd is doing, because you can see the crowd's reaction. So now, for this next like 15 seconds, let's just watch the crowd. They're reacting to these hits. So this is where a flurry of hits come in, and watch the crowd's reaction. The people who can hear the contact, they can see what's happening.
Liam.
Couple of
That-
hits, Cal's face lights up.
He's rocked them a little bit.
Alfie's face, look, the jaws are open.
Landing, Liam, and
Raka Raka. He
Raka's
stands
getting
up, he
hyped
stands
up.
up, he's getting hyped.
Cal's getting hyped as well.
Okay, actually,
At this point, people probably think I'm going down.
big punch landing.
Rocked them a
I
little
am
bit.
wobbling all
He's
over the
landing.
place right
He's
now.
landing.
Keep landing, Liam, and I think your brother's going to go down.
But now Jake tries
So that looked really wobbly. I don't know why. We didn't lose balance or anything.
There's somewhat of
But-
agreement here.
Oh, you got me good there as
Punch
well.
landed there by Liam. Liam just wants to put his
He
brother
does
down
want to
on
put
the
me down on the mat. I'm
They
very
actually
surprised.
thought one of us was going to go down.
Liam's probably been the better fighter.
Oh, absolutely.
But like Raka Raka there. I appreciate that. Clapping it.
Okay, now this is the part. Just watch what happens
This
here.
could have changed things for good.
Final 10 seconds.
Just watch Jake's punch here.
A lot of wasted energy in this fight.
Certainly so.
And then Liam goes flying backwards.
Oh, and now Jake's
So you'll see about 3 direct hits into Liam's face right now, and he goes stumbling back. Now, this would have been the
It might have even
perfect
been
time.
4. It
Yeah.
might have been 4.
This would have been the perfect time to aggressively come at him and keep pounding him.
There was
But-
5 seconds left or so. If there was 30 seconds left, that could have been so much worse.
And I didn't instinctively as well. Like, I was so gassed, I had to step back because I physically couldn't let my guard down and him recover. But this could have changed the fight. I reckon I could have knocked him down.
Jake
So there we go. A couple of seconds left. I do get another couple of hits on Jake.
Yeah.
A couple of last minute ones there.
brothers
And
then
to the end.
that
Fight
was the
over.
fight. And there was
There's
the
the
spank.
there's the spank.
There's the spank. If you didn't see the spank there.
Swing through. Whoa.
See like Alfie's reaction there. He felt that.
Landing a lot of no more punches thrown after
Brother.
There we go. Watch this bum slap. There we go. Lucky me.
Cheese.
Let's make some
This guy was also very good. He said he's been in business like 30 years.
He's never seen a pair of twins box. That was the first for him.
He made sure the crowd respect, and I think the crowd were respectful to everyone who got in that ring. The vibe was just supporting anyone who was up there, which was really good. And at this point, I had no idea who had won. My corner were telling me that I'd won, like during the rounds. They're like, that was your round. You know, you've got this. I don't know if yours were the same.
They said I needed to, I think, get a bit more aggressive, but it was very close.
Yeah. So at this point, neither of us had any idea.
1 point. 1 point it came down to. At this point,
Red corner.
I knew Liam had won.
The brother in the black and white shorts takes it.
Liam, commiserations to Jake. And we've got Geordie at ringside.
Now, looking back at it, I think I deserved the win there. I definitely think that I was landing a lot more cleaner shots. Jake did get me with a few good ones, as we did point out, but I feel like I was landing the majority of the shots anyway. I hope you guys can also understand what we meant with the whole left versus right thing and how it's very different to the other fights that you would have seen, and hopefully you can get our point on that.
As with anything, there's sometimes negativity from people who say they can box better than you, who say you were fat or slow. We got a comment saying we were fat. That's how negative people were taking it, but there was a lot of positivity. We did get a lot of love after this fight, and at the end of the day, we did this for everyone's entertainment, and I'm sure some of our friends and some of the other YouTubers really enjoyed it.
A lot of the YouTubers we spoke to who were ringside at the fight were all like, good job, you smashed it, well done both of you. We even had the chance to speak to JJ at the party afterwards, and he said that we'd both done a really good fight, but we did need to work on our cardio. We admitted that. We said, look, we're in there to last, you know, the maximum of 3 rounds, and we went and did that. Any more would have been a different story, but to hear that from him was really good and inspiring as well. So
now, after all that, I don't know if either of us would jump in the ring again. It was a good experience, but we'll have to see. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. That would be awesome, and let us know what you thought about the fight in the comment section. But anyway, that's it for us for now, and we'll see you all next time.